Captain, that is Raymond Appiah, who is here with you today. And I'm your host, going to host this program entitled PALMS, that is Patients' Life Matters. Patients' life matters. Our patients in our various facilities, in our hospitals, in our clinics, in our polyclinics, teaching hospitals, their life matters. That is the reason why we have met once again this afternoon, this morning, this evening, or this night, anytime that you are listening to us. Now, today, there is a problem for the day. And as you always do, we come out with a problem that is having direct or indirect effect on our patient health deliveries in our various facilities. Today, we are going to tell you the problem. But before we do that, we will go for a quick commercial break. Then we will give you the problem of the day. All right, welcome back. Today's program, it is kind courtesy Stylish Nelisa Organic, who is sponsoring this program. Stylish Nelisa Organic is a young lady, a young girl who has been able to manufacture hair products, hair creams, shampoos, and the rest. So if you finish the program, we will put everything on board, the telephone number, so that if you want some, you contact her in Ghana. Today, we have our panels that we are going to introduce them before we start the program. And the first, we have Mr. Andrew Asenso, who is sales manager of a certain multinational company in Ghana, to be precise, in the Ashanti region in Kumasi. Yeah, he's here with us. Mr. Asenso, if you can let us see you, you can wave and so that we can see you. Yeah, Mr. Asenso, do you hear us, please?
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, that's
hi.
Yeah, for you. Yeah. On the next of our today our panels, we have Mr. Evans Dakwa. Who holds diploma in general nursing, BSc anesthesia in University for Development Studies, that is Ghana UDS, and then masters in anesthesia in Henan University, China. And then he also holds a position as Deputy Chief Anesthetist in Tamale Teaching Hospital. And he is here with us. Mr. Evans, if you are there, please let us see you. Yeah,
Hello.
that's Mr. Evans over there. Thank you very much. On the next, we have Mr. Isaac Maponga. Who also holds diploma in general nursing. Tamale NTC, yes, that is in Ghana. Then BEd Nursing Education from University of Cape Coast, also in Ghana. Masters in Geriatrics and Gerontology Nursing in Southampton University in UK, United Kingdom here. And then he also holds senior registered nurse currently in St. Philip Polyclinic, Barbados. Caribbeans now, Barbados. That is Southern America. Yeah. We welcome you. Mr. Isaac, can we see you, please?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We have Madam Elizabeth on the next. Madam Elizabeth is a teacher by profession who holds diploma in basic education and also degree in English language in basic education, all in Ghana, but currently she's based in the United Kingdom. I welcome you, madam. Hi. Your volume is off now, please. Are you
Hi.
on? Thank you very much. And I'm your host, Hannah Watson, who is an NP nurse practitioner who based in the UK currently. Yeah, and today we are going to start our discussion. The problem for the day is there were two nurses who went out for home visits, and with their home visits, they got to a certain house. They decided to go in there. Nurse B says, "No, I won't enter the house." Nurse A says, "Why? That patient in that house that we are going to care for, she came to the hospital some time ago, gave me a certain harsh insult, disgracing me in front of all patients. So because of that, I'm not going in there to attend to her." Nurse A did her possible best by persuading her to let them go in there, but no, it did not avail. Now, this is what we are going to discuss today. And we can see that this is going to have effect on our patients. This is going to have direct effects on our patient health services. And it is also having effects on the nurses who even went there. How are you going to solve this problem? That is what we are going to discuss today. Enunti abejafo ya mo Ghana ne ewiase amanyina. Ene problem one edafie no. Yeah, ene PAMS, Patient Life Matters. Yeah, baba jwenjuna ho. Nurses mi no mu pie so mo ko home visit na ene empanimfo we mu omo apomudin ho nimdiye pa ombe kire home visit no krempo ene sei. No mo ko dru fie bi mu a nurse ba ko so no pa de fie no pa de nya de obewura mu ne bewura mu kina. Na yonko nurse no busan say adai was sa yarefo no ofi ono yakwa kwahwe no oba hospital na atemdidi obedi mi ne gu mani mu ase o patient ni nanim na mmemme nkonkwahwe no ene ene nkobewu mi nwura fie ho ne enwura ho no mo kina nurse ye de eso ye bia was nya de obekọ ho no ene eno ne yawa bedwenwene ho wo na ye patient yi a de na abaye nurse si de omo ye no eye emra mu no enamra kwan so pepepe anase enam emra kwan so eno nti ene eno ene ye ba bedwenwene eno nti de di kan pa no ya de me lay person ye nima pomuden ho hwe ya si bibi di home visits de ai ene home visits mamenko Mr. Isaac and Chenny answer from all the way from Barbados or Barbados. But what can I say? Is it Barbados or Barbados?
Yeah, it's Barbados.
Barbados. Very good. What is the time there currently?
Currently it's 10:29 a.m.
10:29 a.m. Here in the UK is 2:30. We have the same time with those in Ghana. Now.
In Ghana. So it's 4 hours time difference between us here and then those in Ghana and UK.
Very good. Please, can you brief us, let our viewers and our listeners understand when we say home visit, what is it?
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Host. And thank you. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you find yourself. Home visit is one of the activities that nurses we perform, and it's simply the process of visiting or going the comfort zone of the patient, going to the home to ascertain health conditions, social conditions, physical conditions, and even psychological conditions that affect the patient's lives. So it's like saying I'm going to visit somebody and to see how that person is socially, physically, economically, psychologically. And it's one of the prime keys of every nurse. So that's what home visit means.
Thank you very much. That is, which means home visits, it is sending the care that we deliver in the hospital to the house of our patients. If I got you clear, that is what you are trying to say.
Exactly so. it is the attention of the care to patients in the hospital to their comfort zone, to their homes. You see, health is dynamic. And then health covers jurisdiction, wherever you are, there is a health aspect. Hospital, in the house, places, wherever you find yourself, anything that as an individual you do, has implications in that. We as nurses, we know that apart from the workplace, the next place that patients or human beings we spend most of our life is in our homes. So any activities that go in there may one way or the other affect health. And for that matter, when we see you in the hospital, we want to trace to see how you are doing with your health in the house. Before if anything comes and then you bring it for us to see. Mm-hmm. And then also, it is also to establish some sort of called a nurse-patient relationship. Mm-hmm. We'll come that one later. Nurse-patient relationship. How you build your relation with the patient, aside the medical instruction you give in the hospital, mm-hmm. to the comfort of the patient. So in just what it embodies.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Now we've known what we mean by home visits. So which means what these two nurses were going to do is just like a patient who has gone to the hospital and the nurses or doctors have come to that person to treat the person. So they are going home, they are sending the health services to that patient's house.
Exactly.
That was what
exactly.
they were doing. Very good.
Exactly.
Very good. Mr. Evans is off a little. I wanted to ask him something. But with this, I will still ask Mr. Isaac, do we actually have some people who cannot receive health services in the hospital, whereby they can only receive it in the house?
Yes, we have some people whom by virtue of their physical condition, mm-hmm. they are required seen in the homes, mm-hmm. especially the lame person. If I say the lame, the disabled, some conditions permit them that they should be seen in the homes. 2, the aged. Mm-hmm. The aged, that is my area, the gerontology aspect.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Most of them, we extend health services to them because they cannot physically come to the hospital. Meanwhile, they need the care, administration mm-hmm. of drugs, giving them food, personal hygiene, clothing them, and all those are the dimensions of health which we come to. So those people are to be met in their hospital. And then people with some social issues in health, it is mm-hmm. social issues in health, has to do with human relations, the mind, and then we come to the aspect. Physically, they are not sick, but socially, they need that social help. They may even need just to be talking to them alone in the house, and they are okay, and it's part of the health.
So you can say, example, those who are having mental conditions like psychiatric patients.
Mental conditions, psychiatric patients, those with schizophrenia, as the terms we have been using, mm-hmm. they are to be cared for in their homes, isolation homes, private homes.
Oh, okay.
So those are to be cared for in their homes.
Yeah. Yes, which means if we have some people who cannot access health services in their various hospitals, but they can access it in their various homes. Yeah.
Sure, exactly.
Yeah. So which means what they were going to do, it is not news. It is something that must be done.
It's something that must be done, and it's part of our schedules as a nurse.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very, very, very much. Madam Elizabeth, you are on. I will ask you something small. Have you ever received nurses or doctors coming to your house before?
Not really.
That is the question. Mr. Isaac is saying this is what they do. Edwuma omo yenie. Yes, nurse for Atna Hospital mo hwe ayarefo no mo sa so kofie. Ede ayarehwe no ekonkrofo fie mu. Nanso enye obia ena eye. Nurses no omo ye anasa omo nye. Enti Madam Elizabeth say ono pa de ohun bi say nurse bi anasa doctor bi be ne fie say ye ba be ye home visit ye de health no e ba fie. Mr. Isaac bi enti na ma na basa.
Basa be pa me personally I have talked to my health in 13 years me share down call patient to see on my own self me for Canada. Meanwhile we are talking about visit. The health system now, I said there's a category of nurses there, which I'm saying God community health system. But we are general nurse now. I think home visit is one of the other one, especially we are care study. Now, one of the reasons mostly we see it as not part of what we do and we are being paid. That's how nurses say it. I'm supposed to work 8 hours after I go for morning shift. I close. Why should I use my extra hours that I'm supposed to rest to go to patient's house? And that is where the ethical issues come in. I'll talk about that one later. And two, the work schedule in the hospitals, nurse-patient ratio do not allow us to be going from visit, because imagine you go for a tight shift, you're tired, you come to rest, and how do you use that time supposed to rest to go and see a patient? It's something important that we are supposed to do.
Okay.
So time factor is one, and then two, the one factor, mind that we are not being paid for that service. So why should I use my extra time to do? Are the two major reasons why we don't go, or we see nurses and doctors come to us.
Thank you very much. Mr. Senso is on now, and I will go to him. Mr. Senso, I don't know whether you heard what Mr. Isaac said, that home visit is their duty, but he has been a nurse for over 10 years, you said?
Yeah, over 10 years now.
Yeah, over 10 years, but he has never attended to a patient in their various homes before. You are, let's say you are a patient. How do you say this? Because he has also categorically mentioned that there are some patients who cannot access health service deliveries in the hospitals, but in their homes. And he said he has been a nurse, which means he's saying the truth, actually. He's saying the truth, which means in Ghana, the whole world, there are a lot of patients who are living in their various houses that are not getting health services. As a patient or as a lay person, what is your take on this issue, please?
Thank you, but I don't know what reasons did Isaac give for not.
He was giving
going on any home visit.
He sometimes they are sometimes tired. You know, they are overstressed because the workload in the various hospitals are too, much that they can't even finish it, and not to talk of going to various houses. And he made mention that there are certain specific nurses, that is the community nurses, who are supposed to do that. Though it is the generally it is for all nurses or all health service workers, but these people are being designated to be doing that. So he himself personally, he hasn't done it before.
Okay, well, as a layperson, I would be very, very, very happy to one day have a health worker come to my house to administer healthcare to me. But in Ghana here, the patient to nurse ratio is very, 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 very high. So I will not blame Isaac and the other health workers who are not able to go on home visit. In as much as I'm saying that it's something that every patient would love, there's a bigger problem that needs to be addressed in terms of how many health workers do we even have in Ghana? Are they even able to cater for all the patients that visit their various facilities.
Mm-hmm.
There's a big question mark over there. So if they are not able to properly take care of the patient that visit their facilities, it means that conducting a home visit is going to be a big challenge. It's not an ideal situation, but if anybody argues like Mr. Isaac is arguing, they have a point.
Yeah. Thank you very much. They have a point, which means now we are calling on our opinion leaders and our lawmakers to try as much as possible to employ more nurses, because I learned in Ghana a lot of nurses have completed school, they've completed the job, they've learned the job, but they are still staying in the house without getting job, without getting work to do. So please, we are saying this here. I'm sure a lot of people are listening to us. Let us employ the nurses. A lot of people should also venture into such profession, so that we can get a lot of nurses to care for us. Let me quickly go to Madam Elizabeth. As a teacher, as a patient, a lecturer, do patients nurse insults, fightings? Does it exist, Madam?
It really exists. It's happening everywhere you go. Sometimes as a patient, you go to the hospital, and even the way the nurse will talk to you will even annoy you. Mm-hmm. Already you are sick and you've come to the hospital. Sometimes you join a queue and it's your turn to go to the consulting room, and before you realize, the nurse is bringing another patient. Sometimes not that it's an emergency, but because the person knows the nurse, and you'll be there for a long time. Instead of the nurse to even tell, oh, maybe madam, this and this, that's the reason why I'm bringing the patients, or no, she will not even say anything. Before you realize, she will send the patients to the room, or that person to the consulting room. Mm-hmm. And you can be there for a long time, mm-hmm, without them attending to you or saying anything to you. And it really annoys you. And sometimes because of that, when it is your turn and you get to the consulting room, instead of them to even apologize to you, they will not even apologize to you. And they will be talking, hey, it's our work. Let's do our work. Do you know the reason why I brought this person, or this and this? And the way they will talk to you, it will really annoy you, and it will result into a fight or something of that sort.
Oh, thank you very, 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 very much. Thank you very much. Mr. Maponga, I'm sure you are here, you are listening. Mr. Evans, you are here, you are listening. Mr. Andrew Asenso, you are also listening. This is what, very, very much. Madam is saying, this is sometimes annoying, whereby you go to the hospital and they are caring for others, picking folders from here and there without attending to you. You get annoying. You get annoying. And I will ask from Mr. Evans, Mr. Evans, sometimes what happened that there are some patients who have been in the hospital for a very long time, you are not attending to them, but you attend to other patients, sending folders behind them, And as she said, when they even enter into the consulting room, there is nothing like an apology. You are just telling them that you know your work. Why do health health service deliverers or health workers?
I'm not getting that. Yeah.
My question is,
can you take it?
My question is that Madam Elizabeth made a certain submission that sometimes the reason why nurses and patients do fight, they do quarrel, they do insult each other, is that they will come to the hospital. Instead of you to attend to them, no, you rather be attending to other people, picking their folders behind, sending them to the consulting rooms whilst they are there. And after you have done all this...
Okay, thank you. Let me react to this. You see, just like the situation I faced my agency. So what she's trying to say might be instances where, yes, people are in queue, people are in line, are waiting to go to the consulting room, but you see nurses taking some other patients ahead of them. You see, all patients are not the same, conditions are not the same. So you might come to the hospital as early as possible. You might be attended to as early as possible regarding maybe your vital signs or some other things that needs to be done before you see the doctor. But all the same, you see that some other patients you came before are attended to ahead of time before you. In this regard, you might not know the condition which they came with. So sometimes it is necessary they are attended to earlier. Somebody with a high BP, an aged person of about 50 or 60 years with a high BP, you don't expect the person to still be in a queue, whilst you who might have a stable vitals expect to be attended to. That's one. Two, a pediatric, which is a child with a temperature of above 38 degrees or 38.5, you don't expect the child to still be in a queue. That is a pediatric emergency. And then somebody with a sugar of either higher or low, hypo or hyperglycemia.
Okay.
So sometimes I will accept from one point of view where we don't seem to give a health education before maybe we start our daily activity. So that some of the patients in waiting will understand that, yes, I'm in a queue, but the possibility of they overtaking me with some other clients is there due to ABC. So I share her views, but I will also again add that some conditions in our medical practice will have no waiting time. They need to be attended to immediately.
Thank you very much.
We have emergency and we have
cases.
agency.
That is the reason why you do that. Mr. Asenso, can you react to what he just said? He's telling the patients that it is necessary for them to do that. But here is the case, sometimes they do more than what you are expecting them to do. What do you have to say, Mr. Asenso?
Come again, please. Come again.
I'm talking about what Mr. Evans put across. Do you have anything to say about it as a layperson, as a patient?
My line.
You are not getting us well, eh? Are you through now?
No, my internet connection is very, very bad.
Sorry. Very bad. So do you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Yeah, I said quickly. Can you react to what Mr. Evans said, the submission that he just gave?
Well, definitely, he shed some light on that aspect. The aspect that was raised by Lysias, people jumping queue and people being treated way ahead of others. I get that, but me, that is not my only frustration with the nurses at the various hospitals. That is one aspect of it. One of the issues I have with them is how they even talk to the patient. You understand? As a layperson or as a patient, when I come to your facility, I have only one objective, and the objective is that I'll be treated very, very well. You understand?
Yes.
So if I come to the hospital and a nurse doesn't talk to me in the way that I expect her to do, then of course, what will happen is that there's going to be a conflict between that particular nurse and myself. I think that is something that needs to be addressed. It's something that I've been talking about for a very, very, very long time. And nurses, I must say, are some of the people that I criticize the most because of this particular attitude. But with regard to what Madame Lizzie raised, I get the explanation that Evans has given to that, and I'm very happy with that.
So which means your only problem is how nurses talk to you, the patient, or we, the patients. So as Madame said, at least when you enter into the consulting room, they should even apologize to what they did, but they will rather tell you that they are doing their job. Sometimes you could see that there are some people you came before, your child is having a higher body temperature, they are not attending to you, you become frustrated. Mr. Maponga, have you witnessed it before in the hospital whereby a patient and a nurse exchanging insults or fighting before?
Thank you very much. I've witnessed these things several, and even just last week, some incidents in the same manner happened. But before I comment much on that, let me quickly say this. You see, nurse-patient conflict come from two major areas, which I want to mention. One, patients normally think that nurses override their right. Nurses don't respect their right, so they have to also react. That's one source of conflict. At times, we, the nurses, also think that patients are not hidden to our medical actions that will make our work easy to care for them.
Yes.
So we react to their inability to respond to what we give to them so that the system will be smooth. And then they're also thinking that we are using our professional values to ride over their rights. And for that matter, there's a conflict. When you look at this scenario whereby I think some people are being seen first, even though they should have been seen last because they came before them or whatever, it's something that has been happening. And the only solution...
Mr. Isaac,
yes, sir.
Hold on for me just a minute. Hold on for
the ice behind my stone cold eyes. I turn to ashes, but only just sometimes. Inhale your smoke, but you still act surprised. It's not my fault when we end up capsized. You call me crazy now, but you don't understand. I'm calling out to you. Can you hear a thing? 'Cause you lit the match that ignites the flame. I'm the TNT, but you're the spark to blame. And it's fire, burning holes inside my brain. Feel the fire, heat that melts us down again. Now it's pouring through my veins, but I said you're the spark to blame. And it's fire, burning holes inside my brain.
Okay, Mr. Isaac, you can continue with your submission.
Yeah, okay, thank you very much. Just as I was saying, patient-nurse conflict, it comes in two ways. So that and some nurse, any patient, and the patient no why being be. The nurse not the suban be in the Muama Yarfen Vagino, Apostle Kama, on the other hand, yes, so why being this never do some patients and then at the hospital, no, at my human, and Kwasuye, and see a fossil the car same nature Roma, and also my Abufuba, and a true individual mentality, the way homogeneous and a day and Tapanaba. When you look at the scenario, Senior Evans, what is a clear medical practice ethics, ethical issue? We need to let the patients know. So, we have something called the therapeutic communication. Communication is key, because if I am a professional and then I'm taking the decision that, oh, I know who is child and needs to be seen first because of the condition, who is an aged, who is this, who is that. The patient doesn't know. So until you let the patient know, and then you go behind and then you are performing your duty, you think you have worked, but to the patient, you're the worst person to them.
Good. Thank you so much. So as I was asking, have you witnessed it before, whereby a patient and a nurse exchanging blows or insulting each other?
It happened to me last week. The same way a patient came with who is an asthmatic, a non-asthmatic who needed to be nebulized and then go through the protocol, blah, 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 and restore the respiration And then there was a patient who had come 2 hours later who was not seen. I took the vital signs, did everything, and asked the patient to wait. So in between that same time, this came. And then out of rush, I forgot to tell the patient who came 2 hours ago that, oh, this is an emergency. Please give me 2 minutes to attend to the person. I did it. When I came back, the patient had come to rest. Do you think what you are doing is professional? And signed and wrote his name and left the facility. So I went to the system and took the patient number and called. And when I called, he said, hold on the phone. He works in court. He's not a judge anyway. He works in court, one of the positions. So he took permission to come and seek medical care, but I did made him feel bad. That nurses, that's why we were frustrated. So I had to take time and
explain things to him.
And he understood me. He became my friend. Yesterday he even called to greet me.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you for the good work that you are doing. Madam Elizabeth, how do you want the nurses or health care workers to talk to you when you go to the hospital?
Thank you. When I go to the hospital, I want them to at least be patient and also know that as I've come to the hospital, I'm not feeling well. That's the reason why I came. So if there is something at all, they should explain to us, or as our brothers say, they should give us the education. Oh, madam, maybe this and this and this and this. So maybe if you are here and this happened, this is the reason why it is happening this way, so that the patient will know that what you are doing, this is the reason why you are doing that. But if you did not tell the patient anything and you do your own thing, it will frustrate the patient. So when we get to the hospital, we want them to educate us. They should tell us what the reason why their actions, the reason why they are doing what they are doing, so that we understand that we are all human beings. So if you tell me that, oh, in case you are here first and you see me attending to so and so, it's because her condition is maybe it's an emergency. So don't be frustrated. So in case I see something like that, I will know that, oh, this is the reason why you are doing that. But if you don't educate us, you don't tell us anything, and we see it like that, we also become frustrated. So we want the nurses to educate us. And sometimes they should be patient. Sometimes the way they will talk to you is very bad. I quite remember one day, my friend told me he got to the consulting room. And as soon as he entered, the nurse asked that, oh, madam, why are you here? And the person said, oh, I just came for review. And the nurse looked at her and said, other patients are sick, and you are just here for review. Look at you. Are you sick at all? My friend, get out and let other people come inside. You see this?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, madam. Please pause, because this is a very awkward situation in the consulting room. Mr. Evans, I'm sure you heard this. Other people are sick. You are coming for review. Why are you here? Mr. Senso, let me go to Mr. Senso before I go to Mr. Evans. Mr. Senso, have you ever had a certain encounter like this in the consulting room with nurses and doctors?
No, for doctors, never, but for nurses, uncountable times. Uncountable times. Yes, uncountable times.
One instance?
Well, there was an occasion where I went to the hospital. I hit my head against something in the bathroom. So I got a cut and I was bleeding. So I rushed to the hospital, and when I went there, fine, the reception was fine, but they decided to give me stitches. Now, the nurse started the stitches and it was actually painful. It was painful. I started complaining, and this nurse got angry that I'm a man. Why should I be complaining?
Just imagine
that. Why should I be complaining that the thing is painful? And I was like, wow, this is my body we are talking about. This is my body. And you know, I was expecting the nurse to be empathetic. Put yourself in my shoes.
Yes.
You understand? You are giving me stitches on my head here. And you expect me to keep quiet because I'm a man. Why? Who said men don't have the right to feel pain?
They don't feel pain.
You understand that? So,
Yes.
Charlie, I really gave it to her. I gave it to her, but eventually the other nurses understood my situation, and there was come afterwards.
Thank you very
Yes.
much. Thank you very much. Listeners and viewers, as you are listening, you can also share your views down there in the comment section. You can type whatever. We will discuss it, bring you answers to your problems. We have a lot of professionals among us. If you have any disease condition, anything at all, any question you want to ask any of them, you can quickly put it in the comment section. And you can also subscribe to our channel so that anytime that you come out with such program discussions, you can also quickly get to have it. Mr. Evans Dakwa, it's like, hello, Mr. Evans Dakwa, are you on the line? Mr. Evans Dakwa is not on the line. Please, are you there? It's like you have muted yourself.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Thank you very, very much. In the consulting room, a lot of things are happening, and some of my panels, what they are saying is that they haven't had any encounter with doctors, but nurses. And somebody who went for review entered the consulting room. They are telling her that, why are you here? I came for review. That some people are sick and they are sitting there, and you are here, you are coming for review. Is that how nurses are supposed to speak to patients? And so when somebody is coming for review, is the person sick or not sick? Mr. Evans.
Yes, you see, review is in two forms. Review one, you can be coming to the doctor for you to be declared that you are now medically fit. And then another form too is that they want to monitor the progress of your disease condition and review it, or let's say just oppose it with the medication you are taking, whether it is working as expected. So review is part of, or is a standard medical care or practice. Now, when you come for review, there shouldn't be complacency, i.e., because I've been there earlier, I've seen the patient, and I have seen the doctor, I've seen the nurse, and that relationship is built. So when you come, you think that you should be either attended to first, or like they should know everything about you. No, they have to go all over again. So sometimes I see patients getting disturbed when you ask them previous questions, and they expect that you should know this about them.
Mr.
Yes.
Evans, please, it's like the question, you didn't actually get the question well.
Okay, sorry.
The question is that this is a patient who came for review, entered into the consulting room. The nurse asked her, are you coming, are you sick? Then the patient said, oh, not really, I came for review and it is my turn to be in. The nurse is saying, and you are in here while some people sitting out there sick, and you are coming for review and you have come to the consulting room. Is that how you talk to patients when they enter into the consulting room? Or when someone is coming for review, is the person sick or not sick to you as a health professional?
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. I've now understood you. Okay. Now you see, like one of the panel said, it's all about communication. If it is the turn of the said patient to be reviewed and the person comes in, you cannot, as it were, say that you're only coming for review, so because of that, you are not sick. Step out for somebody to come in. No, the nurse don't have that right. Sometimes if you want to see a different person aside the one coming for review, you need to talk to the person. It's all about communication. Communicate to the person. You sometimes you might have to even plead if they need be. Because you are the health professional, you think that somebody needs an agent attention more than the one who has even come to the consulting room. So what is expected of you? You need to plead with the patient who is expected to be attended to, so that when the patient understands you, you can now bring in the next person. So I want to say that it is not right to,
Okay.
as it were, yeah, it is
Say
not right
something like that to your patient in the
have,
consulting room.
yes. No,
Okay.
no. It is not professional. It is not. It is unkept. Let me use the right word.
Very good.
Mhm.
Thank you
It's
so
not
much.
professional.
Thank you very much. That is a submission that Mr. Evans Dafa has also delivered to us, that it is unprofessional to talk like that to your patients when they come to the consulting room. Whatever that has made them to come there, you should know that they are not well. If they are well, they will have stayed in their various houses. They wouldn't have come there. So listeners, you can also bring your comments, share this, and let others also benefit from it. Now, when patients and nurses fight, now you've known the causes of it. What will come out of this? What do you think will come out of it, Mr. Asenso? Nurses and patients are fighting. They are insulting each other. What do you think will come out, the effects that it will have on the health delivery?
So I go to a hospital, then the nurse and myself, we have an altercation. What would happen is that in some cases, the nurse would say, okay, then go, I will not even attend to you again.
Mm-hmm.
Then when that happens, it means that my main objective for going to the hospital is not achieved.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
Which would have a little consequence on the attendance at the hospital, because you have to remember that when I go back, I'm going to tell others about the attitude of the nurse in that particular facility,
Mm-hmm.
which will prevent other people from also visiting the same facility. So once there is that conflict, our mutual objective, the objective of the nurse is to give me the best of healthcare. That is not achieved.
Mm-hmm.
My objective for seeking first class or quality healthcare is not achieved. That is number one. Then again, as I said, when I go back, I'm going back to tell other people that this is how that hospital is.
Staffs.
The next time I'm in need of any healthcare, that facility may not be the facility that I will choose to visit.
You will choose to visit. Yes. Thank you so much. So, which means it is actually going to bring the attendance of patients to that particular facility down. It is going to bring it down. Yes. Thank you so much. Mr. Maponga, this is what Mr. Asenso is saying. What do you think? If nurses and patients fight, the effect that it brings to the healthcare services in our various hospitals?
This is a very serious issue that we are discussing. The effect is so much. Let me say this. When you look at the responsibilities of a nurse in two major areas. One, the care aspect, which is physical. And then also the professional responsibility, which is the medical instructions that we give to them. These are the major duties that nurses have on the patient. And when you take care, as the word CA, it embodies a lot. In fact, it is the totality of every human being. Care. Let's take it for instance, somebody, you and your wife, and then you decide not to each other because you are fighting. Look at the things that will go wrong. One, you may not even eat your wife. Not even talk of sleeping with her. Not even talk of discussing something related to the family. And it goes a long way to affect every aspect of your life. The same thing to the patients. So the effect we know is not something that we can sit here and then just say that, oh, it's just one effect. So even if we don't tackle the issue, there's nothing. It's a big blow. Everybody needs a nurse in the family. Everybody needs a nurse in the country. Everybody needs a nurse at a point in time. And then when you look at the topic that was brought, the home visit, the responsibility don't on the nurses. In fact, all the health professionals, doctors, nurses, and even the paramedics. paramedics.
Which means they all need to go for home visits?
They all need to go for home visit.
Oh,
imagine the patient came to take drugs from pharmacist. The doctor has prescribed. The nurse has given the injection, and then you need to take the next ones in the house. The pharmacist has a responsibility to play on that drug that you are going to take.
Okay.
Let's take for the patient to take. So issue of not only nurses, that's our prime responsibility. So once in the fight, one, they will not be able to approach health facilities to seek. No matter what it means is they will be with their condition, with their sicknesses, and it will reduce product. To be in your house without going to work and insulting you. And for that matter, you cannot go to loss of productivity. And loss of human life. Because a nurse will insult me, I will not go and take the medication. So I will resort to either self-medication or take the medication and then you die. Or you may get maimed or disabled.
Good.
And other things.
Yes, Mr. Maponga, let me go to Mr. Evans Dakwa and ask him. Mr. Evans, I'm sure you are there. In terms of this situation, what do you also think may be the effects in our hospitals if patients and nurses are fighting?
Thank you for the question. You will appreciate that whether we like it or not, our healthcare delivery systems are purely we don't look at the more your revenue goes up. So I want to agree with the first presentation or the first comment our brother made. Look, we are losing clients due to the behavior of our staff. And in as much as possible, the progress or how every organization is sold out is dependent on whoever visited and then the
feedback.
Yes, the feedback. So obviously, if I come and I get a bad encounter with you, you don't expect me to go and come back or even suggest that same facility to a loved one or a friend or a family member.
Like that. Yes.
I will not do that because this is what we call value for money.
Yes.
You are not going to take care of me for free. So I expect to get value for my money.
Yes.
And the moment services are rendered, we expect to pay.
Yes, of course.
It's just like typically in our Ghanaian homes where your taps are not flowing for 1 month. And water company has the rights or the guts to walk to your homes and give you water bill. Jesus Christ.
That is also another issue that you go there sometime, yeah. Sometime ahead you go there. Because water have direct effects on our health. So we will one day go there. It's like Mr. Evans Dakwa's line wasn't helping. So you continue. Now, before he comes back, Mr. Let me go to Madam Elizabeth Safua. Madam, what do you think can be the solution to this problem? Patient, nurse, fights, or insults?
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Evans, Madam, excuse me, just a minute. Mr. Evans Dakwa.
Yes, I was winding up on my presentation when I lost.
Yeah,
you guys
please
again.
End it for us. End it.
So I was saying that because of value for money, you expect that you get the best of care so that you can pay for the money. You know, I was just called for an emergency. In the emergency situation, you have the right to take care of the person. You have to save life. After which sometime you can now bill or give whatever cost the patient has incurred per the delivery of services you rendered. So I was just making a typical example of having not to receive water through your taps for about a month.
Yes.
And then a Ghana water company agent can come and give you a bill to pay. So you see that you have the right to fight the person because you're not getting value for your money.
For the money that you are paying.
So I want to agree that we will virtually lose clients, and even the name of the outfit also is virtually dragged into the mud.
Yes.
Because people are going to book.
Now it's like a lot of people are talking about nurses more than any other health care worker.
Yes. And people are even going to book appointments in the name of facilities or doctors or a said nurse in a particular facility.
Yes.
Oh, me facility because me qua brave ones there. They were best scratch me crack ekeno. Me yare no crack na eko. And to both say, and go for hospital because of a particular or a certain health professional.
Be and as a staff be over. Yes. Yes.
Because
me and Kasama TB that say a patient because when I go to the lab, there is a certain man in the lab. To be frank, when he is even entering your vein, you don't feel anything because how he would talk to you and laugh with you. Always, I want to come there. I want to go there. You know, I have heard it myself from one of our patients. And said the Mokasano. And no, it made my patient never more.
It's enough.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying, that let's look at the hospital facility as a business venture. Look, trust me, you know me, we've worked in both government and private institutions. And trust me, the government institutions are going down because we are employing managers who are not business oriented. And by so doing, we are losing revenue because
yes. And then for me, thank you very, very much. It's a broad topic that we are going to discuss this Sunday. Yes. Madam Elizabeth, quickly, how do you think this problem can be solved? Patient, nurse, quarreling or fighting or insulting each other?
Okay. I think the patients should be educated for them to know what they are supposed to do and what they are not supposed to do when they come to the hospital. And they should also be educated about their rights. And the nurses too, they must also have patience. If you educate the patients to know their rights and what they are not supposed to do, I don't think when you are doing something, they will comment because they know that, oh, this is what is supposed to happen. So if you educate them what goes on in the hospital when they come, I think when you are doing something, they will understand you. And the nurses too, they need to be patient, they need to be professional. I think when they go to nursing training, they tell them all these things, but when they come to the field, they don't practice it.
Then it will evaporate from their minds, eh?
So I think when they come to the field, they should be, what they learned at the school, they should practice it.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much. That is the phrase that I want, and I am stressing on it, that what they learn at school, they should practice it. Yes, nurses, doctors, healthcare workers, what you learned at school, please practice it. Mr. Andrew Asenso, how are you going to solve this problem? Nurses, patients, fighting, quarreling, insulting. How are you going to solve it?
Well, so like Madam Lizzie said, patients, the health workers themselves, in this case the nurses, should all know their responsibilities and their rights as well. As a patient, when you go to the hospital, you are going to seek for treatment, you want to get well and all that, that's your primary objective. But when you go there, you need to also show respect to the people who are there. Then we come to the nurses. Madam Lizzie made a very fantastic point. What they are taught in school, the training they go through, they need to put that into practice.
Yes.
Because many a times, it looks as if, you know, when you see a particular nurse and the way that nurse is behaving in the hospital, sometimes you wonder whether the person went through any form of training at all. Because this is a delicate profession, a very delicate profession, and you are expected to be extremely professional. Yes, and I don't know how training sessions are conducted, whether there's an opportunity for refresher courses to be done at the various facilities or another, or whether the administration and the other people, they even conduct reviews and all that.
I'm sure they do that. Mr. Evans, do you do refresher courses in the various hospitals?
Yes, but you see,
like a workshop or training or something like that. Do you do them?
Yes, we do. But
okay, then I will let
problem.
you. It's okay. Thank you for the answer, Mr. Senso. Please continue.
I want to, yes. So I would like to ask a question, since I'm a lay person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are a lot of companies that when you visit their premises, you see suggestion box there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So which serves a very good purpose.
Yeah.
So if you have any issue, any challenge, any dissatisfaction about their service and all that, you are able to put that in. I don't see that in the hospitals.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything like that where patients can, put their concerns, their issues there for those issues to be addressed?
I will leave this question to Mr. Isaac and Mr. Evans.
Yes, let me come in first. We do have, especially in hospitals, we do have, but we place them at the wrong place, which I personally corrected one administrator. We place them at the administration level, where we have the matron, the medical director, the administrator. But instead of we placing them at the wards, where we have nurses who have, in quote, this tag that the patients don't like, we don't place them at that point. So patients find it difficult to even comment. So administration is patient going to do at the matron's office or medical director's office. It's the consulting room and the. So we do have.
Okay.
Wherever we have.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Which means is that Mr. Evans, do you also have it in your hospital?
Yes, we do.
Suggestion box.
Yes. But like I agree with what Mr. Isaac said, they are placed at wrong position. So you realize that people don't even find them. And where the incidences even do happen, you would never find something like, because it is like as if they know that it will happen.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't even leave it there.
Okay.
Like he mentioned, it is mostly fine at the administrative levels.
Mm-hmm.
And then those big men in court, when they come and people misbehave, then they are quick to go and then put it there. Layman doesn't even know the administrative structure of the hospital, who is who and where to go and lodge a complaint.
Which means, Mr. Evans, this is a very big problem. This is a very, I shouldn't say it's a problem because it can be solved. It's a very big challenge here that various hospitals are rather placing these things at the highest level that lay people, those who cannot.
They don't easily access the place. Yes,
they don't even know where it is.
They don't easily access there. You see, when you're yes, that's what I'm saying, that they are there. But as to the positioning, that is where the problem is.
This is the answer to your question.
Yes.
So you can learn for us.
So we have suggestions.
So obviously the positioning of the suggestion box should be checked.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm even wondering whether they even go in there to open it and check whether anything
some
has
of them
been
you
put there
go to
or
some
not.
places and you see that some of suggestion boxes are rusty. They are rusty. They don't even open it. The key is lost. Nobody knows what is even in there. I have seen a lot of them. Suggestion boxes are rusty.
You understand?
Yeah.
So I think a lot needs to be done. Like I said, this is a delicate profession.
Yeah.
And the people that they are required to be extremely professional, professional, and there should be that mechanism where they can evaluate, whatever they are doing, get the feedback from the clients who visit the facilities and all, so that they can better their service to the people. It's very, very important.
Thank you so much, Mr. Asenso. Thank you very much. So to recap today our discussion, very soon you bring the program to an end. Listeners, viewers, as you said, when you come on it, you can comment. Anything that you don't understand, just put it on the comment section. Questions that you want to ask, whatever at all, anything that you don't understand, just put it there and then you will answer. And also, you click on the subscribe button to subscribe, so that at the moment you put it there, you too can get access to it. Share to your friends and your loved ones so that they can also have these educative videos, and it will help them to know a lot of things in the hospital, their rights, what they're supposed to do and what they are not supposed to do when they get to our various hospitals. Thank you very much. And for us to bring the whole program to an end today, these two nurses, Nurse B is saying she will not enter the house. What do you think Nurse A supposed to do? Is Nurse B right? And what do you think Nurse A is supposed to do at that instant? Does she have to ignore the friend, go in there and attend to the patient, or return back to the facility and report this Nurse B? Mr.
I'll be giving
Evans. Yes, I will let you talk first. Mr. Evans, yeah.
Yes. You see, these are some of the. But this is a major challenge we face in our facilities, and I've directly been involved in a situation like this. The first question you ask yourself is that, did we need to have gotten to the level where a nurse will have to attend to a patient and now refer to previous incidents? No. Issues must be attended to as and when they happen. So if you look at the standards or the protocols, if something should happen between a patient and a health worker, the appropriate courtesies should be reported or should be brought into the known. Because we have incidents books that you need to report whatever incident happened in the facility during your period of the services you are rendering. So you go for the morning shift, you have a period of say 8 a.m. to maybe 4 p.m. sometimes, or maybe 2 p.m. And within that period, you had an encounter with a patient. You think it is normal, so you don't have any incident book to report and let your authorities know, and then action is taken. The next time is you are asked to go to the house to see a patient, and fortunately or unfortunately, it's the said patient or the same patient you are going to see. I'm saying it shouldn't have not even gotten there. The nurse A should have to strike the balance. In striking the balance, you can't offend your colleague, and then the said patient you are going to attend to should not also lose. You must also enjoy your services, because at the end of the day, life matters. Life first in everything we do.
That is the reason why the program is called Life Matters.
Matters. Thank you very much. So you realize that because the patient life matters, the nurse in the middle of this situation have to strike a balance where you don't extremely offend your colleagues by not listening to him or her, or by not engaging him to the level of abandon, and also not offending the patient by denying the patient of, as it were, enjoying the services. So I would say we shouldn't have gotten to that level at all.
Thank you.
At the beginning of the incident, at the hospital level,
reported it before it got to that level.
We have incidents book.
Thank you.
And that book must be used. In fact, every facility must activate that book.
Good.
That book should be found on every ward, every consulting room, every part of the hospital where services are rendered, so that the moment you have a bad encounter with a patient, please record it there. Forward it to the appropriate committee. We have management or disciplinary committees in the hospital. Then the problem will be solved, because as we leave matters to be, they mature, they go into to go back. That's why we always avoid dressing old wounds. If the wound is there, don't go and then want to, as it were, address. No. So my presentation or submission on this is that I think the issue was not handled well. I think at the start of the incident where the patient insulted the nurse should have reported to the appropriate courts so that they will seek redress. Because trust me, we don't manufacture patients. It is you and I who fall sick and become patients again.
Yes.
So that said person will virtually fall in your hands again some other day. and you're not supposed to dwell on the previous incident and not, as it were, take care of the patient. And again, I must say that we must be professional in the delivery of our service. When they are sick, truly they are sick. The word sick is ambiguous. They might say something without knowing. And that is where I want we, the health professional, to appreciate.
That is the point I like. Yes, I am very much interested in that point. Everybody assessing health services is sick.
Is sick.
Yes.
So we shouldn't take everything to heart.
Yes.
The patient said this, the patient said that. Then trust me, you cannot deliver healthcare services. They've slapped us before, they've spat on us, they've done things that will provoke you to the mask. But trust me, it is your professional duty.
Thank you. Thank you.
Professional responsibility.
Yes.
To as it were, manage the situation and continue giving care, because in quote, the person is sick.
Yes.
And in God's own wisdom, the sick person is called patient, and the more we call them patient, the more it reminds us that we should be patient.
Patience.
That is
good. Thank you very much.
much.
Thank you very much, my listeners and my viewers. Thank you so much. And you heard the submissions that Mr. Evans brought, and we will come back soon and then end all the session. Just wait for us. Just a quick commercial break. Thank you.
I told you I'm not here to mess around, and you've been acting too mysterious. You didn't think I'd go, but do you now? You never took me seriously. You don't have the time for me. I don't have the time to please you. I'll pack all your things away. You're welcome. Broken promises that got me out of work. I'm leaving and I'm never coming back. Don't wanna deal with you, don't wanna feel for you. It's your loss. Broken promises that got me out of work. I'm leaving and I'm never coming back. Don't wanna deal with you, don't wanna feel for you. It's your loss. I never really liked the way you dressed. I guess I thought your style might grow on me. You never really.
Thank you very much. We are back from our quick commercial break. Now, Mr. Evans has put it well that there are a lot of things we need to do in the hospital. When a patient comes, they know that anybody assessing health in the hospital is sick. So take them as such. So they may insult you, slap you. He said he has even received slaps before, which is very serious. Okay, Mr. Senso, in this situation, what do you think the nurses have to do? Does she have to return back and report, or she has to attend to this patient and ignore the friend?
Well, I think Evans has said it all. The nurse who is saying that she won't go to the house because the patient insulted her the other day is clearly in the wrong. You do not attach your sentiments and emotions to your work. It is very, very, very unprofessional. No matter what.
Yes.
I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I understand that before nurses begin their practice, or before health workers begin their practice, there's an oath that they take, which sort of places an obligation on them to administer care to whoever needs it at any point in time, irrespective of your emotions or your feelings and all that. So the fact that the person insulted you some time back does not mean that once the person is in need of health care, you will deny that particular person. So I think that both of them should come into an agreement and make sure that they go to the house to attend to the patient. That's what I have to say.
Okay, so they must go to the house and attend to the patient, as you are saying?
Exactly. Exactly.
Good. Thank you so much. They must. Madam Elizabeth, is it a must? How do you see this situation?
Yeah, as they've all said, that's all they have to do. They have to go to the client and attend to the client because that's their work. And what has happened shouldn't prevent them from administering what is due the patient. So I think they must go to the house and give the care that the clients need.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Isaac.
Yes, sir.
As a geriatric nurse, how do you respond to this situation?
Yeah, nurse A has no right to say he or she will not go see the patient.
No, that is nurse B. Nurse A was the one persuaded. Yeah.
Sure. And then the nurse A, who is a colleague to nurse B.
It's just because of something that I didn't mention their names, so because some people may know them.
Let me put it this way. The nurse who refused to go to see the patient has no right to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the others whom she went with has the professional responsibility to explain the professional value to the nurse who is saying she will not go. So she will reverse and then to see the patient because you owe the patient a duty of care. And then patients and the nurses, it's like you cannot separate them.
Yes.
Because if you take care as if you care from your life, then what else can you use to get yourself going? So nurses in particular, we have to uphold to our professional responsibilities, the ethics, professional ethics, the empathetic, be so and so that will learn it. As I also said something, let me go that one and I said, that do we teach them in the school? I've been a tutor in nursing school before I left for this. We teach them a whole lot. The curriculum is the whole 3 years. The ethical aspect takes the whole 2 semesters.
So what you teach them in classroom, do they practice it in their various roles?
That is what we are wondering. I taught in classroom and I also be a nurse. And when you come to me in the ward, to me a tutor, they demonstrate this kind of behavior. Even though in the classroom, I teach them do this, do that. That's what the profession says. So we actually, there was a survey that was conducted to know why nurses behave the way they do. And then the responses were just like 50-50. Who are attributed to personal values, because their personal values in the profession entering them. I don't like to talk to human beings when hungry. So at that time, if I'm on duty, a patient comes, I'll be angry on the patient. You see, blending the instinct as against the professional value is what is going now, and then they are behaving such. You may not even dress your bed. You wake up to go to hospital, and then you dress a patient bed to sleep on. That is professional value.
Yes.
You maybe have eaten, but you tell a patient, go and eat before I give you this injection.
Yes.
So, being unable to blend their personal instinct as against the professional values is the problem we are having with patients. So we should approach to the professional values. Things will be okay.
Okay. Thank you very much. We have to all go and pick the professional values in our various hospitals, as Mr. Isaac saying. I will let Mr. Evans come in just to add something to what Mr. Isaac said.
You see, like Mr. like Mr. Isaac, I'm just going to add a statement to just finish what he said. You see, we are giving the training in schools, but there's no such thing called a good doctor, a good nurse, or 6 years of medical training or nursing training does not change us. It only groom you into that profession, which is the professional ethics.
Okay.
But largely, you sue and you're buying things that our parents have inculcated in us. will make you either a good nurse or a good doctor or a good midwife.
Exactly.
Because
good.
The 3 years cannot change anybody.
Yes.
Likewise, the 6 years of medical school cannot change any individual.
Mm-hmm.
Because from the start of breastfeeding till the time the person left for the nursing school, the medical school, has been with his parents. So the the behavior has been modeled at home. They're only going to groom you professionally.
Mm-hmm.
So, the nurse ni esubanya nefrifi. Doctor ni esubanya nefrifi. So let's be quick to also let our parents know. Say we buy nurse ni yeboni di mpa efru. Yeboni di boniswa efru. Then the individual will only have his responsibility as a professional that has been trained to now live by those professional ethics or codes. If not, minya subani edi free feel.
And one is the number.
Minya uti na process.
And one waka.
Uti anu pro. Minya.
Yo, atiefo asam no aye de na aye hye so said ye mu nyina mo tie no. Ai enam se ye ne abibifo ene emrofo na edi dwuma ni ntine ne yakwa ne asa batwi mu se de be ya wonso beti bie na de bia to kotokrom na wuhia obi wotumi aka bia kire ne ebie mu so okọ hospital so ohunu de ese wo ye ne de ani ho kwan se wo ye ane mo angasa msomfo nana boaten na meti adwamu a ene me de program no aba be hye so de amamo no na ye enche ne de medie ne nyina aba awie no Mr. Evans nsem wo kan ne nyina no nsem ewo mpapa o say your ball as a human being, the instinct that you have as a human being, you need to use it. The training that our parents have given to us in our various homes, you need to use them. You know, we have the profession. The profession is somewhere. And then how you have been trained as a person, as an individual, is also different. We need to use it. You are a human being. And to one the opposite on Kubinyama one yama for. So what I say, and yes, say bia wako school until school ni neba better sound. Obi wohono mo said you can sit in classroom for over 6 years and nothing will be changing you. You need to change ourselves, our health professionals, our health staffs. We need to change our behavior, not because we have gone to school, but because we are human beings. We have instincts. Patients are our everything. Mr. Senso put it across that there is a certain oath that the nurses or the healthcare professional they swear that I will take my patients as a highest level, you know, or something like that. That you attend to your patient no matter their race, their what, their religion,
their tribe, their color,
everything. Yes, everything. So which means the patient is yours, and you need to be patient to be able to attend to a patient. This word sometimes is confusing. You need to be patient to be able to attend to your patients, you know?
Yes.
So, ayabotre, and yenya. And to be a witty fibiano, we a nurse, we a doctor, ayabotre, yenya. Ya did mediating every, you know. We say, one young who say, nurse, she has to go in there, attend to the patients, and after that, deal with the colleague. I'm asking this: does nurse A supposed to report this incident to the bosses at the website?
Yes, I would say yes to this question.
Okay.
Reason being that, like in my earlier submission, I said that we have incidents book that you must report such issues or incidents in. So now you have taken this one outside the working area. So you went on the field because home visiting is a field work. So as you've gone to the field, you are coming back to the facility to report. So in the quest of coming back to report, it's a beautiful incident you have encountered. So you need to also come and report about it. Little did you know that your partner that you were going to attend to a client who had a beef with a client.
Yes.
So you will report holistically whatever happened on the field. So the nurse should never keep quiet. Sir, please say the thing as it is.
Okay. Not just
problem.
Nurse A.
Reported.
The first thing that Nurse A has to do, go in and attend to the patient. After that, when you go to the hospital, write it in an incident book. Then you report to your superiors. Is that the process?
Yes, it should be done that way.
Okay, Mr. Isaac, is that the process?
Yeah, that's a process. We have a channel of reporting. You see, went with another colleague. As I said earlier, that is supposed to know the incident and then report it back to the next Mr. Evans. So
okay, thank you. So, Mr. Senso, in case you were the patient and this thing happened, how will you feel? Mr. Senso, how will you feel? Do you have any concerns? Hello, Mr. Senso.
My internet connection went off, so if you can come again.
Yeah, I mean, if you were the patient that what we are discussing is about, that they are not coming in to attend to you, for you to assess your health services in your house. How will you feel?
No, definitely no. Definitely no. I'll not be happy because we all work, and like I said earlier, you do not attach emotions and sentiments to your work. No matter what, I am in need of urgent health care. Irrespective of the fact that I have offended you in the past, you still have an obligation as a health worker to administer care to me. So I'll never be happy at all. In fact, if I get to know that the care just because of the incident that happened between us in the past, if I get better, if I recover, I would report that.
Okay, you are offline. It's like your mic is on now.
I'm back online.
Okay.
I'm back online.
Okay. So you can end for us, please.
I don't know whether you.
Yeah, we heard you clearly. We heard you very, very well.
I said.
Yeah, we heard you well. Okay. Thank you very much. Quick one.
Yeah, I actually ended.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Mr. Evans.
Yes.
A general advice to our nurses.
No matter what. Okay, go ahead.
General advice to our nurses and patients who access our various facilities in terms of this altercation when it comes to the time that they are coming to access health services. Any advice, general advice given to us so that our nurses listening to us, patients listening to us will also take something and then they will apply it whenever that they visit our various hospitals.
Okay, thank you. I will start with the patients. In as much as possible.
Our time is up, so I will give you like 2 minutes, please.
Just a minute. Okay, okay, good, thank you. So I will say, in the whole, the health professionals should be professional. That's just all. Be guided by your professional ethics, your rules and regulations, the oath you have taken to serve humanity. And then secondly, the patient should also understand and appreciate that the nurse is not an extraordinary human being. He's just like you, the same patient who have come to the hospital to access healthcare, and can also equally be annoyed or be offended in any way. So we should treat each other with the respect, the needed respect that we all deserve, so that, as we always say, do unto others as you want others to do unto you.
Good.
You respect me, you laugh at me, I laugh at you back.
Yes.
You smile at me, I smile at you back.
Beautiful.
So let's try. So let's just try to always strike the balance, and then appreciate each other. Yes, I'm a nurse, but that does not mean I'm a doormat for you to step on.
Yes.
Yes, I'm a patient. That does not mean now I'm under your care. You have the power or authority over me. No. So this is what I would need to say. Let's always strike the balance, respect each other, and I believe harmoniously we can all deserve the respect and care we deserve from each other. Thank you very much.
Thank you too. Thank you very much. And before I leave, let me ask you, I can give you some 5 seconds to say hi to at least 2 or 3 people. Yeah, say hi. Say you can greet anybody that you want.
Oh, okay. Greetings to everyone listening to us. One day I would like to see who is listening to me, who is hearing my comment, because I want to appreciate that we are making, or we are having education outside there for people to actually benefit. So greetings to everyone out there listening to us and hearing from us.
Good. Now let me go to Madam Elizabeth. Madam, your final contribution. The advice either you give to the nurses or you are giving to the patients. Your final contribution. It seems Madam Elizabeth is not there, so let me go to Mr. Andrew Asenso. Yeah, Mr. Asenso, your final contribution to our patients, or you can give it to our nurses.
Okay, I think this has been a very interesting session. My advice to patients is that we are patient. We also have our workplaces that we go every day. Some, we have our offices and all that. Just as we would want people who visit our offices to give us respect, we should also make sure that when we visit the various facilities, we give the people the needed respect. We should put our egos at home. When we go there, we should give them full respect, because it takes 2 to tango.
Yes,
you understand?
If
you go there with respect, you would also be respected. And then to the nurses, they should also understand that, just like Mr. Evans said, the patient is a patient. One day you would also be a patient.
Yes,
and, you always have to do unto others as you want others to do unto you. You are in a delicate profession. And one quality that health workers need, or indeed that everybody that is in a position of serving needs, is emotional intelligence. You should be able to you have to be emotionally intelligent. You should be able to, master your emotions, whatever the provocation is. There are hazards everywhere. There are occupational hazards everywhere. You have to be emotionally
Mr. Asenso, you can see your face, please.
Handle every situation very, 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 very well. It is one quality that I think that the health workers in particular need: emotional intelligence, so that when the hazard crops up, you'll be able to nip it in the bud as quickly as possible.
Beautiful.
So that is my advice.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Anybody to say hi to say shout out to?
Shout out to everybody, our listeners, our viewers. Shout out to all of them. As we go ahead, in our subsequent sessions, we can single people out and give a shout out to them. For now, shout out to everybody.
Beautiful. Thumbs up. Mr. Isaac, your final comments, advice given to our nurses and our patients.
And I'm much impressed about these deliveries. It has been full, and the presenters have been so professional. Thank you to everybody. And then I will encourage the public. If I say the public, we are all part of the public.
Yeah.
We always understand that nursing is a profession. And then the characters that they see coming from nurses, most of them are individual. They are from the person, him or herself. But the person herself is to deliver quality care to the public.
Yes.
So if you have encounter with one nurse showing you his or her character that you didn't like, don't realize it. That is how nurses are.
That doesn't mean the nursing profession is like that.
Good.
A
The
single
nursing
nurse doesn't
profession
represent
all
all
like
the entire nursing profession.
That is how it's supposed to be.
Okay.
And then I want to say hi to all my friends from Ghana and Barbados here, all nurses and mates who came here last year. And my family back in Ghana, my wife, my children, and friends at St. Teresa's Hospital. I say hi to them.
Beautiful. St. Teresa's Hospital in Ghana or in Barbados?
In Ghana, in Ghana.
In Ghana, in Kranza. Beautiful.
Yes,
thank you
please.
so much. Madam Elizabeth is offline and Mr. Senso is offline. We are bringing the program to an end. I thank all my listeners, my viewers, those who are always monitoring us. I thank you so much. Then my panels that today I met all of you when I gave you or when I called you, responded to you, and then you came on the program. Mr. Evans Dakwa from Ghana, Deputy Chief Anesthetist in Tamale Teaching Hospital, and Mr. Isaac Maponga in Barbados, who is a geriatric or gerontology nurse, masters in gerontology. Mr. Andrew Asenso, who is a sales manager in multinational company in Ghana, a very big company in Ghana, to be precise, in Kumasi. Madam Elizabeth Safwa, an educationist whose degree in English language in primary education. I thank all of you for coming to the program, and you have made it very entertaining and very educative. Thank you so much. Listeners, I said when you come on it, just subscribe to it, comment anything at all that you want. Maybe there are certain things that you even want us to discuss more. You can put it down there and we'll pick it up. And then share to your friends too, to also benefit from this educative program. Thank you to all of you. And I said this program was sponsored by Stylish Nelisa Organic. Stylish Nelisa Organic. Stylish Nelisa Organic. Your telephone number, everything is right at the corner. Bye-bye. Bye-bye to all of you. Bye-bye.
I told you I'm not here to mess around, and you've been acting too mysterious. You didn't think I'd go, but do you now? You never took me seriously. You don't have the time for me. I don't have the time to please you. I'll pack all your things away. You're welcome. Broken promises that got me out of work. I'm leaving and I'm never coming back. Don't wanna deal with you, don't wanna feel for you. It's your loss. Broken promises that got me out of work. I'm leaving and I'm never coming back. Don't wanna deal with you, don't wanna feel for you. It's your loss. I never really liked the way you dressed. I guess I thought your style might grow on me. You're never really honest, made me guess. And now